Back with another video for you today, and this is Designer Month, and today we have a designer that's rarely spoken about in the fragrance community. That designer is Tous, and they have a fragrance called 1920 The Origin that was launched last year. This right here, we're going to review this all coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. If this is your first time on this channel and or you've been watching videos here for a while and still haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell icon so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. And as mentioned, this is a brand called Tous. Tous is a jewelry, accessories, and fashion brand based out of Spain from Catalonia. Now this is a brand I've known about for at least about 10 years. I've been going to Spain for about 10 years now. I just did my 4th trip in Spain and Portugal last month. I was there from December to January, and I noticed that some of the stores were carrying, well, not some of the stores actually, most of the designer stores, like the department stores and or like places like Sephora had 1920 The Origin there for sale. Now, I've known about the brand, as I said, and I've known about their fragrances in the past, but I just never bought any of them. But they seem to be pretty decent for designer releases. But this one actually kind of reminded me of some stuff that I've already smelled, and I enjoyed what I smelled because there was something underlying in the fragrance that I was really enjoying. So I wanted to find out if I could review it, and luckily I did. Decided to review it here in February for Designer Month, and I'm going to tell you all about this. So Tous 1920 The Origin was launched in 2017. This is EDP concentration, so it's Eau De Parfum. The perfumer is Daphne Bugey, who I will talk to you a little bit about her after I give you the important information. Now this is a 100 ml bottle, suggested retail for $85. There's also a 60 ml edition that suggested retail is $65. For notes here, we've got Bergamot, Cardamom, pink pepper at the top. In the heart notes, you've got Jasmine, Cumin, and black tea. In the base notes, you've got Ambergris, Patchouli, and Cedar. So Daphne Bugey, I wanted to mention to you about, is one of the perfumers that I really love her creations. 2 of my favorite fragrances that she did are for a brand called Le Labo, Rose 31 and Bergamot 22. She's also done many other fragrances for various brands. She did a whole collection of 5 or 6 fragrances for L'Artisan Perfume recently. So I've been following some of her fragrances and I like what she does, and that's one of the reasons why I really like this, because it hinted at a little bit of Rose 31 without the rose. Now, I mentioned the notes in the heart called Cumin. There's a little bit of Cumin here, and that's what I liked about it. It adds this like aromatic layer to the fragrance that gives it this interesting extra spiciness that I really enjoyed. So the fragrance starts off very fresh and spicy at the top. You can pick up the pink pepper, of course. It's a little bit peppery, but it's very fresh at the top, spicy and fresh. In the heart, the cumin takes over. Not very strong, a little, there's a little bit of potency with the cumin, so if you're opposed or turned off by cumin, this might be one to be cautious about, so get yourself a sample or decant, but it's the kind of cumin that's very aromatic and fresh and spicy, not dirty like some people associate it with sweat and things like that. It's not that kind of cumin, so that's what I like about this, and that's the same with Rose 31, and I like that about it. The jasmine flower in the heart is very faint, it's light, and of course you do get a big dose of black tea in the heart as well. So when the fragrance is drying, it does dry down to a patchouli, cedar, ambergris base. The ambergris is pretty much enveloping the base of the patchouli and cedar very nicely, so you pick up a little bit of amberiness from the ambergris, but it's the salty kind, not the sweet kind, which is perfectly balanced out with the patchouli and cedar. So the fragrance is actually very classy to me. It's masculine, classy, and the kind of fragrance that a man would wear every day. And it does remind me of some other fragrances as well. One of the fragrances that just kind of hint at a little bit is Terre de Hermès from Hermès, but it's not that. I mean, there's no vetiver here, and the citruses in Terre de Hermès is all oranges. Here we have mostly the bergamot citrus at the top. The other fragrance it reminds me a little bit of as well is Cartier's Declaration d'Ansoir. Again, there's no rose here, just hints at a little bit of that Declaration d'un Soir, a little bit. So if you're into those kind of fragrances, then I think this is one that you would like. I found Tous 1920 The Origin to be a very straightforward masculine offering that's perfect for like an everyday wear. Something you can wear to the office, something you can wear at night as well. It's not too dressy and it's also not too casual. It's just a perfect balance of a fragrance that you can wear pretty much, like you can dress it up, you can also dress it down. That's a perfect. It also kind of is a fragrance that it's like all year round. It's not something that's like extremely heavy where it's just specifically for winter. It's also not really like light where it's specifically for summer. It's just a nice balance and the kind of fragrance that I think would be perfect signature scent for someone that's looking for a classy, masculine, woody, spicy fragrance. Then this is the kind of fragrance you would wear. I think it screams that. The other thing that I also noticed with this fragrance, it just has this little bit of faint booziness, which is actually a cool thing because I love boozy fragrances. And actually the bottle also looks a little bit like it's like a little liqueur bottle, one that you would carry around with you when you go to the liquor store and buy something and put it in your pocket if you're sneaking drinks in. Not that I do that myself, but that's what the bottle looked like. And I love this bottle. The bottle is just gorgeous, classy. And again, from a brand that's hardly spoken about. Now, I suggest you go on YouTube and look for the brand Tous and also type in Gwyneth Paltrow, as Gwyneth Paltrow did like 4 or 5 different videos for the brand, like a promotional campaign they did for the holidays. And I was watching them while I was in Spain because I kept seeing this bottle in Spain and I was like very, very curious to learn about the brand more because so far I had sampled the fragrances from the brand quite frequently. This one actually really jumped out at me, especially after I found out that it was Daphne Bugey, and it kind of hinted a little bit at the Rose 31 fragrance minus the rose. So I was kind of excited about the brand, and now I'm curious to try more of their fragrances that were launched in the past. But this is, after all, 1920 The Origin, the very latest fragrance from this house. And I recommend you try it if you're looking for that signature fragrance, the fragrance that you want to wear every day, the fragrance that is all season appropriate, not like a winter heavy or summer light fragrance. This is the one to try. And especially if you like fragrances like Terre d'Hermès or Declaration d'un Soir by Cartier, this is one that I think you would definitely like. So do check it out as I recommend this. And I think since it's a brand that nobody knows much about, well, I shouldn't say nobody, but since it's a brand that we rarely speak about, it's one that we should definitely check out because I'm always looking for new brands, and this is actually, after all, a designer, and since we're doing Designer Month, this was the best time to launch this video for Tous 1920 The Origin. So guys, do you know this brand Tous, and do you know 1920 The Origin from Tous? Let me know your thoughts. Please put down comments so we can get a conversation started. Please do check out the brand. As I said, I'll have a link to their website below. You can go there and surf around and see what they have. And also, if you want to participate in the giveaway for a full bottle, if you are in the USA, please put down a comment down below and let me know what you like about this fragrance. Please let me know also your state. Please do that so we can qualify you. As mentioned in the past, some people are complaining that they're never winning, but you know what? Those are the people that actually never follow the rules. So please do follow the rules. Please put down and answer the question and also your state so that I can qualify you. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts on Tous 1920 The Origin, or just Tous in general. Have you tried their fragrances? Are you familiar with the brand? Do you have any of their fragrances? Are you curious to try them? Let me know. Let's get a conversation started. Also, please like this video, please share it, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.